Hello YouTube, this is Amisbro. How the heck are we doing today? We are going to be busy because we have two games we're going to talk about. And they are on mobile. The first game we're going to talk about is called TsukiPara. Now there's another game we're going to talk about, but I don't know the name of it exactly. It has a Japanese name. According to what Google Translate has given me, it says Standby Heroes. So we'll go with that name, unless somebody can actually give me the proper one. So we're going to talk TsukiPara first. TsukiPara, or Tsukino Paradise, is the second mobile game, I believe the second, in the Tsukiuta, TsukiPara franchise. And again, that's on mobile. And as I said, the second. Well, the third game is actually going to be coming out later, not in May, but at the beginning of June, called 12 Memories, which will be a game I will be checking out for you. And we will be seeing what we can see there. I'm actually very interested in that one, actually, since I heard it was announced. But TsukiPara is a combination of two games. It is a visual novel style game, but it is also an idle rhythm game. Now, in both cases, you have different groups that you can, get to meet. You have, from Tsukiuta, Six Gravity and Procella. From TsukiPara, you have Solids. We haven't met Quell yet. I haven't found them in the game yet. You have Sorara, and you have Growth. So you have 5 groups that you can get acquainted with. Now, we're going to talk more about how this works on what I call the novel part. But first, let's talk about the actual idle rhythm part. So, the game is played like a standard rhythm game. You have to try and time, in this case, your taps to be able to get the best timing grade possible. Now, if you play it on easy, which is the difficulty I played it on, the highest ranking you can get is perfect. Now, I think there is one for just perfect, but I think that's on a higher difficulty level, which I've seen done but when Tomoyaki Meino, Haruyayo's voice actor, played the game on a live stream. Now, the game uses the grade system. The grades are up here. It starts, the lowest you can get is a C rating. The highest is an S. This is important because you are graded on 3 different factors in this game. 1, your score, which is one of the most important ones. The second one is your combo. Here's where it gets interesting though. Your combo and your score are in a weird way kind of not related. I'll explain how that works in a second though, because the third one is the number of times you cleared. To get the maximum reward for that, you can clear it up to 10 times. Now, I mentioned that your combo and your score grade aren't necessarily inherently related. Here's why. It is possible, it is very possible, and I've done it, to get an S rank score but not get the full combo. Yeah. A perfect example was there was a Sorara song, and the final notes have 2 rings that come straight down at the same time, and you have to tap them. Well, because I'm using a mouse, the timing's a bit different, because I'm also using a Nox emulator. So the timing's a bit different. In other words, aka, it's off. So, let me rephrase it. It's not off, but it's pretty much impossible. So I got a 93. However, because of how well I did on the on those other notes, I was still able to get the S rank. Also, it is possible to get a full combo score, but yet, for whatever reason, the game will only allow a group to get up to a B rank. Maybe an A if you're good enough. The reason is this, and this is weird. So, and I know this because I was playing, again, I was playing on the easy difficulty, but I was playing with the full roster, the full canon roster, quote unquote, from each of the groups. Well, when I played with Sorara, or I played with Solids, I haven't played with Growth yet, I don't think. The game blocks you. It will not let you get past a certain point. Now, I don't know why this is, but for whatever reason, even if you full comboed the song, and you know you did, the game would not let you, or at least it didn't let me, allow that group to get an S grade. You could only get as high as a B, which made no sense. Because when I went to go play with Six Gravity, I was able to get the S rank, no problem. And I don't quite understand why they did that. It was a really weird mechanic, and I can assure you that I did everything right. So why was one group treated differently, but not the other? It doesn't make sense. You can't treat the groups differently for any reason. But they did. Now then, here's where the game gets interesting, in that there is a rank system. Well, the rank is actually important to the game. It's not just there for show. What happens is, after you complete a song, and if you do certain other things, you gain experience points. Every time you go up a level, certain things happen. One being that you can unlock a song if you also fulfilled another requirement, which we'll get to in a second. But another is you gain 5 AP points every time you go up a level. By the way, for those wondering, you start with 5 AP, and every time you go up, like I said, it's an extra 5. So say you got the maximum 5. The game will give you another 5 before you run into that one. So it's possible, and this is actually something that happened, it's possible that you can have, say, 25 to 30 extra AP before you actually go into the regular 5, and then it's every 10 minutes you get 1 AP back. But here's something else that you should also know. The clock continues to tick down even when you're in the middle of a song. It doesn't freeze. So, say for the sake of discussion, you're on your last, or maybe not your last, but say you're on your next to last, and you use it to play a song because you're trying to best a score or you're trying to do something. Well, that's cool, but the clock continues to tick down, so maybe when you come back, you'll have that one back. And if you're close enough to the next level and you get that, now you get that one back, but you get another 5. Do you get what I'm saying? The rank is important because that's one of the things that is used to unlock songs. Another thing that is used, however, is how far are you in the group's story. This is where it gets a little bit trickier, though. Just a little bit more complicated. I'll explain why. So, each group has a set number of episodes that they can play through. For Six Gravity and Porcella, or the Tsukiuta designation, it's 12. For, say, Solids, it's 4. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's the same number for Growth and Sorar. I think. Don't hold me to that. Well, in order to be able to unlock an episode, certain requirements have to be made. One is you have to have played either A, you play part of their story and that unlocks a thing, or to be able to unlock a part of their story, you may have to have played a song from that group. So for some reason, if say you're playing, let's say you're using, or you want to get into Solid's story, which I have completed. It's the only one I've completed so far. Well, in order to get into their story, or a part of their story, you may have to play a song from that group. By the way, for anybody who asks, as far as songs that I've heard from Solids that I've played, a personal favorite of mine is called SNP, which was unlocked, I believe, after I finished the first story. But it's actually a really cool thing to be able to have these different visual parts, and plus every time you complete one you'll get extra goodies, one of them being what I like to call 5 moon balls. Now what are they used for? Well, in the game there's two what they call gachas that you can play. Now one uses these balls that I was talking about. The other one uses tickets. But that one's more for the really rare stuff, which are the bunny characters. The other ones, you can still get them, but you can also get the other more common characters. You can also get higher echelon characters also in the gacha. Those cost 25 star balls. The bunny one costs about a ticket, if you can get that in an item drop. Now, does all this sound confusing? Trust me, for me, it took some getting used to, especially the roadblock part. But once I figured out, I was like, oh, okay, this makes a little bit of sense. But the only issue with it is it does involve a hell of a lot of grinding. And in some cases, maybe it's a unnecessary amount of grinding. But that's just me. Because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, so, like, okay, in order to get into the majority of episode 8, you have to do certain things, and even then, they only let you watch a part of it, or read through a part of it. Do you realize how long it takes to actually read through the entire episode? It's a pain in the neck. Now, to be fair, I'm going to be a little fair here, you do, get the ability to level up, and of course, the point I'm at, we're getting closer and closer to the end of their story, which involves, of course, the big performance with 6 Gravity and Tsukiuta, or Suke no Yuta, the song from the Full Moon Festival. Remember that? So, knowing all this, you have to be ready to grind it. And don't be afraid to. Believe me. Because you only get better at the songs with practice. Again, though, the only problem is if you're trying to get the best rank possible, for whatever reason so far, the only group I've been able to accomplish that with, and it's weird because I also have the full roster for Proscelium, is 6 Gravity. What's up, guys? Now, all this said, is the game good? Very much so. You just have to know that when you go to play through it, you're going to be dealing with a lot just on that alone. Now, there's one other part I did neglect to mention. There's an apartment complex, or a dorm apartment complex, whatever you want to call it, and you put the different members in there. Well, so far, they've only got one up for where you can fit, say, 6 Gravity and Porcella. We don't have one yet for, say, Growth or Solar or Solids. I wish we did. I'd love to see how, their interactions worked out. Well, maybe when the new season comes out in October, we'll get to see that. Maybe. So maybe then when that new season comes out, they'll actually put that into the game, and all will be well when they do the new update. Maybe, though. I will say this for anybody who asks me, as far as TsukiPara goes, from Solids, my 2 favorites, there's one character named Rika, and then there's, of course, from what I found out, the leader, whose name is Shiki. By the way, if you're wondering how to put them in formation, here's what you can do. If you go into one section of the game, which is a ticket, which is on the right-hand side, near the bottom, there's a 9-button pad. Well, if you click on the one that looks like a heart, it'll show you all the units that are in TsukiPara right now, or that are going to be, because Altair isn't quite yet. Well, you can look that up and use that as your guide to determine the actual formations, and then you're good to go for that particular unit, because that's what I used when I put together well, the one I already knew, but that's what I used when I put together Porcellarium and the other groups. But do yourself a favor and check this game out if you have a device that is allowed to run it. Now, I had to use a workaround. I had to use a device called QApp. That's QOOAPP. QApp. Use that and you can actually play the game and you'll be good to go. It is a very fun game. I highly recommend you check it out, but just be prepared to grind it, because you still need to be level 45 by the time you get to near the end, so you can play Tsukiuta. And by the way, for anybody who asks, I think I have the S rank on virtually every song in the game so far. There's like maybe 2 I don't have a full chain for right now. 2. That's how long I've been playing the game. I played the game since about, I think Thursday is when it came out. So since Thursday, and I've been playing it ever since. So yeah, I've been playing it for like 5 days straight. And I would play it, no joke, I think it was yesterday, I played the game at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, took dinner break, then played it till like 9, 10 o'clock that night. That is how hardcore I've been in that game. And I've pretty much cleaned out a good portion of the achievements currently. Also, got to celebrate, I believe it's Arata's birthday, right? I always get those names mixed up. But, yeah. Go check the game out. It is on the Google Play Store. It is also on Android. And see what you think for yourself. Just know one thing. You're going to get frustrated because, even though I played on easy, there's 3 other difficulties to challenge you, but you have to unlock them. There's easy, normal, hard, and extreme. Good luck, friends. You're gonna need it. Y'all take care. I will see you in the next review, which will be in a few minutes' time. Take care.